Donald John Trump, early life and business ventures. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children of Frederick C. and Mary McLeod Trump. From an early age, Trump was exposed to the world of real estate and business, as his father was a successful real estate developer. Trump's formative years were marked by a blend of privilege and strict discipline, attending the New York Military Academy at age 13. Trump's academic journey continued at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated in 1968 with a degree in economics. Following his graduation, Trump joined the family business, Elizabeth Trump and Son, which he later renamed the Trump Organization, building an empire. Trump's entry into the real estate market was marked by a series of high-profile developments. His first major project was the transformation of the Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt New York in 1980. This venture set the stage for Trump's ambitious approach to real estate, characterized by grandiosity and a flair for marketing. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Trump expanded his empire to include casinos, skyscrapers, golf courses, and hotels. Notable properties included Trump Tower in New York City, the Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City, and Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Trump's name became synonymous with luxury and opulence, though not without financial hiccups, including multiple bankruptcies involving his casinos. From business mogul to reality TV star. In 2004, Trump ventured into the world of reality television with The Apprentice. The show featured aspiring entrepreneurs competing for a position within Trump's organization. Trump's catchphrase, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon, and the show cemented his status as a household name. The Apprentice showcased Trump's business acumen and larger-than-life personality, paving the way for his future political aspirations. Entering the political arena. Trump's political ambitions were long speculated, but it wasn't until June 16, 2015, that he formally announced his candidacy for President of the United States. Running as a Republican, Trump's campaign was initially met with skepticism and controversy. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," MAGA, resonated with a significant portion of the electorate, particularly those disillusioned with traditional politicians. Trump's campaign was marked by its unconventional approach. He eschewed political correctness, made controversial statements, and utilized social media, particularly Twitter, to communicate directly with the public. His platform focused on issues such as immigration reform, trade protectionism, and deregulation, appealing to voters who felt left behind by globalization and demographic changes. The rise of MAGA voters. Trump's base, often referred to as MAGA voters, was characterized by its diversity in terms of economic status, geography, and demographics. However, they were united by a sense of frustration with the status quo. Many were working-class whites from rural and suburban areas who felt that their concerns had been ignored by both parties. Trump's promise to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C. resonated with voters tired of political corruption and elitism. His blunt rhetoric on immigration, calling for a wall on the southern border, and a temporary ban on Muslims entering the U.S., struck a chord with those concerned about national security and cultural identity. Controversies and achievements in the White House. Trump's presidency was one of the most polarizing in American history. His term was marked by significant achievements and considerable controversy. Achievements. Economic growth. Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. experienced a period of economic growth with low unemployment rates. Trump's policies, including tax cuts and deregulation, were credited with boosting business investment and job creation. Judicial appointments. Trump appointed 3 Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett, significantly shaping the judiciary's future. Additionally, he appointed numerous federal judges, ensuring a conservative tilt in the judiciary for years to come. Criminal justice reform, the First Step Act, a bipartisan criminal justice reform bill aimed at reducing recidivism and refining sentencing laws, was a notable legislative achievement during Trump's tenure. Middle East peace deals. The Abraham Accords, normalizing relations between Israel and several Arab nations, were seen as a significant diplomatic success. Controversies. Russian interference and impeachment. Trump's presidency was overshadowed by investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 election. Special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation did not establish a conspiracy between Trump's campaign and Russia, but highlighted multiple instances of potential obstruction of justice. Trump was impeached twice by the House of Representatives, first over his dealings with Ukraine and later over his role in the January 6 Capitol insurrection, though he was acquitted both times by the Senate. Handling of COVID-19. Trump's response to the COVID-19 pandemic was widely criticized. His administration's mixed messages on public health measures, disputes with state governors, and promotion of unproven treatments were contentious. However, the accelerated development and distribution of vaccines under Operation Warp Speed was a notable accomplishment. Immigration policies. Trump's immigration policies, including the travel ban on several Muslim-majority countries, the separation of families at the border, and efforts to end DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, were highly controversial and faced numerous legal challenges. The insurrection and aftermath. The insurrection at the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021, stands as one of the most shocking and consequential events in modern American history. It was a direct assault on the heart of American democracy and a culmination of months of escalating tensions and unfounded claims of election fraud propagated by then-President Donald Trump and his supporters. Prelude to the insurrection. The roots of the January 6th insurrection can be traced back to the contentious 2020 presidential election. After losing the election to Joe Biden, Trump and his allies launched a relentless campaign to overturn the results. This campaign included numerous lawsuits, many of which were dismissed due to lack of evidence, and a barrage of misinformation about the integrity of the electoral process. Despite repeated assertions from election officials and courts that the election was secure and free from widespread fraud, Trump continued to claim that the election was stolen. On December 19, 2020, Trump tweeted, "Big protest in D.C. on January 6th. Be there, will be wild." This tweet, among other statements, was interpreted by many of his supporters as a call to action. As January 6th approached, the date took on symbolic importance, as Congress was scheduled to meet that day to certify the Electoral College results and formally declare Joe Biden the next president. The day of the insurrection. On the morning of January 6th, thousands of Trump supporters gathered in Washington, D.C. for a Save America rally. The crowd was energized by speeches from Trump, his attorney Rudy Giuliani, and other prominent figures who continued to assert that the election had been rigged. Trump urged his followers to march to the Capitol saying, "We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore." As the rally concluded, large numbers of attendees moved towards the Capitol, where a joint session of Congress was convening to certify the election results. Around 1 p.m., the situation began to escalate as crowds breached barriers and clashed with Capitol Police. By 2 p.m., the mob had forced its way into the Capitol building, breaking windows, vandalizing offices, and engaging in violent confrontations with law enforcement. The images from that day were shocking. Rioters storming through the halls of Congress, occupying the Senate chamber, and engaging in violent acts. Lawmakers, staff, and journalists were evacuated or forced to shelter in place. The chaos resulted in the deaths of 5 people, including a Capitol police officer, and injuries to many others.
Check out Part 2 for more. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Delving into the Deep for regular updates.